The following presentation contains serious subject matter, and for apparent reasons, the speakers choose to conceal their identity. Occultism must win the day before the end of the 21st century. The Zohar appeals to many Jews in a way that makes them regard it as the most sacred of sacred books, for it mirrors Judaism as an intensely vital religion of the spirit, more overpoweringly than any other book or code, more even than the Bible, does it give to the Jew the conviction of an inner, unseen spiritual universe, an eternal moral order. The influence of the Kabbala has been great, for it has been one of the most powerful forces ever to affect the inner development of Judaism, both horizontally and in depth. If one turns to the writings of great Kabbalists, one seldom fails to be torn between alternate admiration and disgust.
Today, we are standing on the threshold of Earth's history, wherein the final countdown between Satan and Yahweh is reaching the climax. The Bible warns us about the intensity of Satan's fierce one-world Machiavellian plans.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
In this video, you will witness the shameful teachings of the synagogue of Satan, the Kabbala. I will be presenting the views of the liberal Reformed Jews, the Hasidic Orthodox interpretation, and other splintered teachings on the Kabbala. To make my point about the dangerous teachings of the Kabbala, I will be quoting largely from authors who are in favor of the Kabbala, using quotes from the Kabbala itself and other occult sources. The Dictionary of Mysticism and the Occult defines the word Kabbala to mean an oral tradition. This is the key of keeping the satanic knowledge secret by passing it on to a tightly knitted filtered circle of initiates orally. I recently was in the occult section of a bookstore. I saw a woman eagerly looking at the books on the Kabbala. We entered into a discussion. I mentioned that it was not long ago that the Kabbala was reserved for the Jews. Some Kabbalists impose some restrictions in studying the Kabbala. They say the initiate has to be at least married. Also, the initiate must be over 40 years of age and trustworthy. Today, many liberal Kabbalists reject these rules. I said to her, "Is it logical to expect the traditional Kabbalists, after so many years of secrecy, to impart this knowledge freely in these books?"
No one boasts about their studies. No one usually talks about them either. Most students, when asked, will deny that they are even studying this material. This is the right way to be: modest, concealed, silent, and secret. Even if everybody is studying, no one should be talking. Serious Torah students study Kabbala and do not advertise it.
She thought about it and concluded with me that these books are meant to satisfy the curiosity of the masses while hiding the true teachings of the Kabbala. I met her on another occasion and showed her some of the teachings of the Kabbala. She was revolted. She was once one out of many people who panted after the secret knowledge of the Kabbala.
A longing for Kabbala is abroad in the land. Even people with little connection to Judaism, no knowledge of Hebrew, many of them in fact non-Jews, are seeking initiation into the secret chambers of Jewish esoteric knowledge.
When humans hear something is secret, we are driven to know. Naturally, we are curious people. Modern-day Kabbalists supposedly disseminate the Kabbalistic knowledge to the masses, are deceiving people into believing that they possess the secrets of the Kabbala. Rabbi David Genzelman, the director of Makar, says,
"It's not the Kabbala that I know. People take 2 years of classes, and I don't think they learn a thing about Judaism. They learn about proactive versus reactive." Rabbi Grunman interprets the Zohar to a roomful of the uninitiated. In that class, he'd read one passage in Aramaic, which none of his students understood, so he told them to shut their eyes and listen to the vibration of the letters.
The people who are drawn to this Kabbalistic jargon are not uneducated people. Many of them are idolized by many.
Rabbi Shmuley Botik thinks Michael Jackson can help rebuild his religion. Lectures he hosted drew as many as 2,000 students. Often, most of them were not Jewish, and often the speakers came from the secular world, including Mikhail Gorbachev, the Latin American soccer star Diego Maradona, Jerry Springer, and Boy George. Shmuley says everyone, both Jews and non-Jews, is going to embrace Judaism.
Many actors are Kabbalized, according to the Jerusalem Report.
Hot on the heels of the first generation of Hollywood Kabbala groupies, a new batch of showbiz devotees has jumped on the Jewish mysticism bandwagon described in our cover story. The neophytes included Marla Maples, ex-wife of real estate mogul Donald Trump. New York Magazine said, the Georgia-born Baptist ex-showgirl, eager to please the man in her life, financier Michael Mueller, attends classes in L.A., a few steps ahead of Maples, Oscar-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow, singer Lionel Richie, and Michael Jackson. For Maples, the non-star in the crowd, Kabbala may be a trump card in busting into the movies.
I take classes.
Me too. I'm addicted to it. What's your favorite?
Kabbala.
Rabbi Butik's candid statement about the Kabbala will show why it's so popular among the heathen. He unmistakably shows the truth that the Kabbala is opposed to Christianity.
Also, he thinks Judaism equips people better than Christianity to enjoy material success and still be holy in God's eyes, making it ideal in this age of prosperity. The Jewish message is, of course you can have it both ways, Shmuley says. We've accommodated ambition. You just have to give money to charity. Jesus says it's more difficult for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to pass